We're doing the Final Fantasy XIV Christmas event. They don't call it the Christmas event, they call it the Starlight Festival, I think. What I do know is that it starts in Old Gridania at Miketo's Amphitheater. And we're gonna go get some Christmas goodies. So Starlight Celebration Crier will tell us the gist of it. Merry Starlight, friend, and may the Spinner's blessings be with you. We thank you for joining us for the festivities. Is there aught I might assist you with? What is the Starlight Celebration? Starlight Celebration can be traced back to ancient Ishgard. Long ago, a terrible battle claimed countless lives, leaving thousands of children orphaned in the harsh, cold weather of Kurthus. Unable to bear their suffering, Ishgardian knights would offer these children board and lodging within their barracks. Of course, this was expressly forbidden, but the knights devised a plan to sneak them in, disguising the children in jackets of their scarlet uniforms. Owing to their generosity, the children survived the winter and lived to pay forward the kindness they had received. The former orphans would adorn themselves in scarlet uniforms, delivering gifts to children on the coldest weeks of the year. Thus, the Starlight Celebration was born. Over the years, the celebration has undergone gradual changes. The snowy-bearded captain of the kind-hearted knights has become known as Saint of Nemea, and children believe that he delivers their hopes and prayers directly to the goddess herself. Similarly, his red-jacketed knights have become the saint's little helpers. They are particularly beloved by the younglings, for it is their role to bring gifts to every child who sends a prayer to the Spinner. And that's the event as we know it. So let's go to the amphitheater and talk to Garanji. Reach for the stalls. Garanji is in a spot of bother. Well now, if it isn't Fadewood. Happy Starlight, my friend, and what a pleasure it is to see you again. I should like to catch up on your recent doings, but I'm afraid I'm rather overwhelmed with preparations at the moment. You see, this year we are hosting a new attraction in the form of a market called the Starlight Stalls. To that end, we have secured the kind cooperation of merchants and artisans across Gridania, who will sell unique Starlight-themed wares. The lights of the stalls are arranged to call to mind the stars above, and we are confident that grown-ups will enjoy the market as much as younglings. Or at least we would be if we can finish setting up the stalls. The work doesn't seem to be progressing, and we're unable to open the market as scheduled. Say, if you aren't otherwise occupied, might you be willing to assist me? I have a mind to investigate the reason for the delay, and I could use an extra pair of legs on the ground. Thank you so much. Without further ado, please meet me at the market outside the city. The guide yonder will show you there. No, not you. You! I understand you are assisting Miss Garaji. If you would please follow me, I will show you to the market. So as far as I know, this is a new instance territory that we go into for the event. Here it is, Fadewind, the Starlight Stalls. As you can see, there are workers in the midst of preparation. Let us each speak to a number of them and learn what troubles they might be experiencing. First, we see a bleary-eyed worker. We're almost done with our preparation. Just discussing how to bring in our wares now. But it's so cold and I'm so tired, I just want to curl up and sleep. Well, we'll be on our way. We need to keep at it if we're going to finish up. Finial worker. You're with the celebrants. Our apologies, we'll be ready soon. It's just, we're not accustomed to running an open-air stall, much less when it's so cold. Seems to be quite chilly. Benfeld. Lend an arm a hand, are ya? Much obliged. This year, most of us celebrants are here helping the stall holders set things up. That's because it don't do for them to close up their actual shops. They're spreading themselves thin for our sake, so it's only fair that we give them as much support as we can. Even so, the work's taking a toll on everyone. We celebrants would do more, but we can't exactly push things along by ourselves. You've spoken with some of the workers. Splendid. So what were you able to learn? It's cold. I see. Though everyone is trying their best, having to run their own shops at the same time has left them exhausted, and the cold only compounds matters. We should do something to revive them and ward off the chill. But what would be the best way? How about handing out hot drinks? Ah, splendid idea. That is bound to lift everyone's spirits. Excuse us. Hello, Miss Garanshi. Hello, Miss Adventurer. It's been a while, but you remember us, I hope. The Starlight Celebration is our favorite time of year. The Saint and Nemea brings us presents. The city is adorned with beautiful decorations, and even the grown-ups look like they're having fun. But this year, the grown-ups are really busy and aren't having any fun at all. When we noticed this, the two of us talked for a bit, and we decided we'd like to become little helpers and help them. My, what kind souls you are! Just the very spirit of the Starlight Celebration, and we would be most grateful for your aid. Fadewind, if you're willing, could you tend to the task of reviving the weary workers with our two little helpers? Splendid. Please source something suitably revitalizing here in Gridania, and see it distributed. We celebrants will naturally bear the cost. In the meantime, I shall return to the amphitheater and apprise my fellow celebrants of the situation. If you have any problems, do not hesitate to let me know. Hooray! We get to help Miss Garanji. Celine and I will do our best. Spreading the warmth and cheer, Celine is fairly champing at the bit to get started. If truth be told, we were eavesdropping when Miss Garanji first asked you for help. We really wanted to become helpers, you see, so we already knew that the grown-ups were cold and tired, and we know just the thing for it. That's right, a hot and sweet drink, like you suggested. It warms me up from my tummy to my fingertips. That's how I get through winters in Gridania, even though I'm from Ul'dah. So come on, let's head to the Carline Canopy and ask Mion about a drink. Hey, wait! We could just exit there, but let's use magic to make it faster. Ah, there you are, miss. Celine went on in, even though her parents said children shouldn't go to the Carline Canopy alone. I decided to wait for you so I don't get in trouble. Young Celine has explained everything. You wish to serve drinks to the folks setting up the Starlight stalls, yes? The Canopy will have a stall too, but we've managed to finish our own preparations, so we'd be more than happy to assist. Wait a moment. I've prepared a cask of mulled punch, full of fruit and laced with spices. It'll fix the cold and weary right up. To mark the season, the Canopy was actually planning to offer a selection of hot beverages in these special mugs. We'd appreciate it if you could use them to distribute the punch. It'd be excellent promotion for our establishment. We will. Thank you, Mion. The cask is too heavy for little ones, but it shouldn't be a problem for a strapping adventurer such as yourself, yes? Ho ho ho! To you who toil to make this Starlight Celebration wonderful, I would present a gift. I chanced to be passing by when I heard your conversation. I bid you follow me, my hard-working little helpers. A Starlight Chocobo, and it's got a basket and a cask. 'Tis an excellent idea indeed to provide mulled punch to the cold and weary workers at the Starlight stalls. To help you with your task, I took the liberty of borrowing a chocobo from the stables, and attired the fellow in a manner befitting the occasion. So go forth, little helpers, and together restore warmth and cheer to those in need. Yes, sir! My, what a spirited pair you are! If you were to come with me, I shall see that you look the part as well. I'll load the chocobo up and have someone take it to the market. Feel free to go on ahead. Rhino Man, congrats on first for the second time this year. Galax, welcome in and thank you for the likes on TikTok. We are probably halfway through the Starlight Celebration. They don't call it Christmas. Call it Starlight Celebration. Galax Rhino, hope you're doing well. The preparations continue at the Starlight stalls. Will you be heading there? The Saint is amazing. Before we knew what was happening, he had already measured us and crafted our garments. A person from the Carline Canopy also brought the chocobo, so everything is set. Right, let's split up and hand out the punch while it's still hot. We've already filled some mugs to take around, so we'll leave the chocobo to you. We'll meet up again when we finished. Eager chocobo. Whee! 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 The chocobo is eager to begin. Lead it around the Starlight stalls and distribute mulled punch to the workers. The eager chocobo is now accompanying you. Keep it at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave the chocobo behind by entering a different area or by speaking with it and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have the chocobo accompany you again, return and speak with it at the original location. Botanist Guild Worker. I thought I saw a pair of children handed out something. You're with them, aren't you? Oh, mulled punch! This is just what we needed to see us through our preparation. We'll enjoy it together, thank you. We return to the Fennel Worker. What's that? The celebrants are handing out hot drinks. Ah, it's so blessedly warm. My fingers had frozen up, but I'm already starting to feel them again. Thank you. Hittenfeld. I thought Dom went back to town. Is everything alright? What do you know? Mulled punch. We appreciate you looking out for our celebrants too. You're with the children, are you? The spices and the drinks ought to wake us up. Thank you. There you are, miss. Thank you for your help. You too, big fella. We saw you working hard taking the cask around. It must be much lighter now. We just finished handing out the punch ourselves. Everyone was really happy. They all say they're just about done setting up, which means the Starlight stalls can finally open. Miss Garanji will be pleased to see how well things are coming along. Could you go to the amphitheater and fetch her? Rhino with a 3-stream streak on Twitch, thank you for being here. Viva la pantsless revolution. I've got double pants on right now. Well, double pajama pants, I guess. it's almost in the single digits here. I could use some mold punch. Going for a premiere ball for that Q font, I see. Style points. Do you play Pokemon Go? Today was the second day of the 2-day wrap-up of Community Day, where a bunch of Pokemon will show up and give you higher shiny chances. I managed to come away with like 6 or 7 shinies, and I forgot about yesterday. Ah, it's you, Fadewood. I have assigned celebrants to assist the stall holders in transporting wares. That should help ease their burdens. Now then, how are you and the children faring in your efforts? The mold punch worked wonders, and everyone has just about finished setting up? Marvelous. I should head to the venue at once. Oh, what a relief that the market has opened as planned. And by all accounts, it's in no small part thanks to the mold punch you served. I'm truly grateful to all of you. I think the fellow is saying you're welcome. For your hard work, my feathered friend, you can expect a special delivery of Jizzle Greens to the stables. Helping out was lots of fun. I hope we can do it again. Absolutely. But for now, you may leave the rest to us celebrants. We'll make certain that everything runs smoothly, so run along and enjoy the festival that you helped to make possible. We will. But first things first. You've been working very hard too, Miss Garanji. You deserve a break yourself. That's right. So let's all have some mold punch together while it's still nice and warm. Oh my. I'd be delighted. Allow me to thank you again, Fadewind. It's because of your kind assistance that we are now able to hold the market. By the by, after Saline and Tenny went off, I went to return our trusty Chocobo system to the stables, and when I removed its barding, a note came tumbling out. It read, "To our not-so-little helper, Fadewind, who helps little ones do big things, I present this gift of my own crafting. It seems clear the saint intended for you to have the barding, so do take it with you. You've more than earned it. Now then, you are doubtless keen to explore the stall, so I won't keep you any longer. While the celebrations continue, the guide will show you here wherever you like, whenever you like. So please enjoy yourself to the fullest." And for the Starlight event, We get Starlight Stalls Barding, a suit chocobo armor designed and crafted by the Sanctum Nemea himself, in order to help spread warmth and cheer at the Starlight Stalls. And Starlight Kinder Punch, a steaming hot spiced beverage served in a decorative mug, the perfect pick-me-up for the cold and weary. The vendors at the Starlight Stalls are now open for business. And if we go check that out, I don't think there's anything. Well, maybe there is. So we have dyes, dark matter, Starlight Supplier. That's going to give you the stuff that is seasonal stuff. So do the customary buying of everything. And that is the holiday event. Pretty straightforward, easy peasy. Mold punch, not free chocobo. Free chocobo clothes. So we can choose that as a decoration for our chocobos. Down for maintenance. Despite his better judgment, Jarek is considering throwing you a bone. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus's griping for a change. A bonus quest from Jerk. You a jerk, I know. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. I see. The means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true. But here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. 'Twill likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of ether. Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you. But what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hells did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you thought up a solution as well then. To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. Full sure am I that stone from such a being would prove most suitable to our needs. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Minfilia attend me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of ether in the Talos, and thus would I ask you to provide 3 stones of the Debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. Debitage. Why, looky here. We've already got one. Do I have? Yep, Carbuncle's out already. Let's blast it. Kaboom. Rhino, you might know, in which Final Fantasy did these start to appear? This monster type. Anyway, it started blasting. I can't believe the Pepsi Chill Out. I know none of you are old enough to remember that commercial, but the Pepsi Chill Out. It was a whole thing. Being as this is an MMO, they have various... I mean, this is more so a monster class than, you know, actually named what it would have showed up. How it would have shown up in a prior Final Fantasy. We already encountered some in the prior expansion, named something else. I recall this first appeared in Final Fantasy IV as the boss Golem. Okay. Thancred and Minfilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Dost thou succeed in procuring stone from the Devatage? A chunk of rock taken from a Devatage. Fine specimens, one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Minfilia's return. From end to end, the paths by which ether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They but require sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuseth to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core ether through this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So is the heart after all. Thou didst foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We'd never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another, in case things turned out as they are now, but... Jarek. This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jarek. If something went wrong, maybe we can help. Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Jarek may come to regret his next decision. The truth hurts. Right then. The Talos... The hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. And it was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry. But you have to hear it from Thaf or someone else. Back to the tavern, then. Still here, eh? You can ask again, but the answer's the same. Our trolleys are... What? Goddamn Jarek. You could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. I think you may be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow, the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Oh, well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Thaf, knowest thou any location where we might find the stone we require? No matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you near all the vents were tapped dry years ago. Though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you may find something in Nuvi's leavings. It was open well before Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for Guthjon and tell him I sent you. But don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Thine assistance is most appreciated. Faedwin, I think it best Thancred joined thee in his search. Though he must be quick to deny it. His heart is in turmoil and his thoughts clouded. It would be unwise to ignore his distress. Off to somewhere, are you? At last a lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. I can't very well have you on your own. Lead the way. I'd say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. And Nuvi's leavings was in the south, was it? Let's get going. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving. Though we should probably hear what Guthjon has to say before we celebrate. Assume we could find him, that is. Who are you, and what are you doing in here? Well, you should have listened to Thaf. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is Leonin. All the Talos and the Hills of Amber are powered using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. Then our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of Leonin that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine. What do you want? The other day I found a verbate gold piece down in the mines. A bloody verbate gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us, Faedwin. Thankfully I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. As I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it would be that much harder to find a single coin hiding the shadows. That's why I propose to use these sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in, and I'll handle this area here. I'll retrace your steps after, in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drop's effects wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. So do we think this is this FDA regulated? We search the shadows but find nothing. Perhaps the gold piece lies elsewhere. Man, I'm gonna miss whenever the level of these enemies is close enough where they aggro me. It's made it so much easier in this full playthrough. Bit dark in here, isn't it? Yeah. So there's a 10 level, from what I've seen, there seems to be a 10 level berth of safety. if you're over 10 levels higher than the enemies, they won't aggro you, despite like that symbol there. That means that it would aggro me if I were within 10 levels. But thankfully I'm level 89, but that gap is quickly closing. As you search the shadows, a glint catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find a Vibra gold piece! I was wondering if this was going to be one of those situations where, like, he never dropped one. It was just to get us off his back. I was hoping you dropped the gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me to thinking Lady Luck was on our side. Well, maybe she is. Yours, at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. Well, I couldn't have done it without your sun drops. So you say, but you have a proven knack for success regardless of circumstances. I doubt very much I could have discovered it unassisted. I only managed to survive the Curthan wilderness in the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits which endear me to Louisoix, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties through, that's all that matters. Now let's hurry and see that return to Glution. The sooner we get back to Urianger and Minfilia, the better. You're back. Wait, does that mean... I'll be damned, you actually found it. Well, a deal's a deal. Don't think this means you'll find what you're after. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but you did, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so stale. But you're not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leonin. First, I have to ask, you ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms? I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down where we can never hope to reach, and on occasion they come back with something valuable. They dig up Leonin in the mines. It's a rare occurrence, but yes, that said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide, so how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their backs. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. smoke from bombs such as this is said to drive knockers into a frenzy. So we're setting like raid smoke bombs. Yes. Knockers are totally sandworms. Don't at me. Nothing else. Nothing else. Oh no, the animation canceled too early. Need patience if I'm gonna get knockers. Cha-cha. The air in the mines grows thick with smoke. Nearby, you hear the soft rumbling of stones. Rubble! Is such a hostile presence beneath the rubble? Wandering knocker. We got one? Oh. How would Mrs. Corcher react if Corcher got knockers? You have to ask her next stream. Weird if there's an odd number of wandering knockers to come in pairs after all. Rhino. I'm sure there's something over here I'm gonna need to do before I turn around. Yeah. Gotta catch them all, right? That's the theme. Well, it is dark in here, isn't it? Oh, I didn't see this one over here. Keep your eyes open for knockers, everybody. see him hanging around anywhere, let me know. I gotta go touch him. Hold on. Pet the dog. There we go. Some of the mounts have special interactions, and I can't randomly summon this one without at least petting the dog. One more set of knockers to find. Alright. Let's go turn this in. There you are. Find anything promising. Between the two of you, I'd say you've got quite the haul. Best get comfortable, friends. It's going to take me some time to sift through all this.
You may not remember this about our Minfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start, but I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend. Far from it, and Flamine has never let me live it down. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found! You're not going to believe this.
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
Hopefully Santa brings you some nice leonine in your stocking.
I wouldn't believe it had I not seen it for myself. Before you set it in the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years, he's believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice was not in vain. We'll take it straight to him. You have my word. Thank you, Gufyon, for your help.
Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting.
What? Oh, it's you. If you come to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before it won't run and you wouldn't listen.
Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Your name is engraved on it, along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus. From Agna.
No. No, she couldn't have. Agna. Take it. Do with it what you will.
Are you certain? It would delay our plans, but
I said take it. It was you who found it. You who needs it. Looking at that stone, all I can see is... Please, just leave me be.
I hope you'll be there when the Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Urianger? Thou art returned, and with Leonine, it would seem. As promised, the Talos hath been made ready to receive its heart, thanks in no small part to Jarek, Thaf, and Minfilia. At last we shall return time to the Timeless, the Sentinel Stone, that we may press on towards Nabath Arak. Very good. Now, let us begin.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready. It's working! It's working! Magnus!
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble? This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone. Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me. That he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
Not today.
Meanwhile, in the Crystarium.
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Armorang. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time. Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for her energies. And I am not in the habit of pointing her at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of her, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you? The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of her mortal flesh. Not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Allag as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of sacrifices yet unmade. The parting gift of brave heroes who will one day give their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
Mine apologies for the delay. Minfilia and I had a private matter to discuss, which bringeth me to the question, how didst thou find Thancred during your search? He spoke of Minfilia of his own accord. I see. 'Tis well that he did, with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. Mine intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them, lest tragedy intercede, a regret I myself know all too well. Alas, in the end he refused to heed my counsel. A time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstances, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now let us not tarry any longer. The Talus and Nabatharang await. Oh, this looks like an important segment of the quest line, doesn't it? It's been years since I've seen a Talos in such fine shape. Would that Agna was here to see it, or our son. I was ready to let her dreams die down there in the mines. Even after you'd found the Leonine, I refused to believe it could work. Gods, what a fool I was. But I tell you now, I'm going to take good care of this Talos, for both their sakes. On behalf of my family and all the miners of Twine, thank you. Well, enough chitter-chatter. Let's get you lot to Nabatharang, eh? Everything seems to be in order. I take it the Talos' presence resolves the issue of the gate. Oh, that, yes. It's designed to open at the Talos' approach. Then we can finally go to Nabatharang. You certainly can. All that remains is a final check of the control box over the mines. You hear that, boys? Get that Talos over to the mines, and keep a close eye on it around the curves. Understood? Yes, sir! Let us repair to the mines, then. Before we go, while you were away with Faedwin, I prepared an extra set of cartridges for you. And this one. It's the practice cartridge you gave me. I know I should have thrown it away ages ago, but I've been adding a little extra to it every day. After so many charges, I'm honestly not sure what it'll do. But I wanted you to have it, for luck. Minfilia, we should hurry. Magnus and the others are probably wondering where we are. So this is it. We're finally going to Nabatharang. Thought long and hard about what to say to her, to the real Minfilia. I hoped when the time came I would know, but with every step we take I feel more uncertain. There's no reason to give up, though. Not when so much is at stake. Thank you, all of you, for helping me to get here. Now let's not keep Magnus waiting. There you are. So what do you think? A little primitive looking, I'll admit, but Daedalus Stoneworks has always favored a simple, intuitive design. And that philosophy has served us well enough. Much of the trolley network uses single tracks, making it easy for the Talos to navigate them as needed. Plotting a route is so simple, even we can do it, which makes for fewer accidents in transit. Speaking of which, are you ready to board? Alright then, watch your step.
Urianger?
thou must needs carry on without me. The path to Nabartha Reng lieth open. Whilst thou travellest thither to the south, I would apprise Mistress Alize and the others of our progress. As circumstances permit, I will thereafter rejoin the hunt for the remaining Light Wardens.
Magnus, will the gate close immediately after the trolley passes through?
No, it will stay open until someone closes it manually. Built that way to prevent any untimely accidents.
Then you and the others can meet us in Nabartha Reng, after giving the Ilmorans the slip.
Urianger. Thank you for everything.
Remember, thou needst but have faith.
If you've finished with your goodbyes, I suggest you grab hold of something. Be a shame if you took a tumble. The tracks beyond the gate aren't in the best of shape, so the trolley can only go as far as Malik. Godspeed!
Ah, that must be the gate. Well, so far so good. Wait, is that Ranjit? You're a stubborn old swine, aren't you?
One who has mastered Gukumots fears not the blackest pit or the fieriest hell. Your deeds in the east
That escalated
did not
quickly.
go unnoticed. Long have I lain in wait, and sure enough, you did not disappoint. Had you only sworn fealty to Lord Vorthry, you'd have no cause to skulk about like frightened animals. You will remain as you are, while I dispatch these villains.
No, I won't. I won't let you.
You forget to whom you speak. Who armed you, trained you, fought and killed 1,000 sin-eaters with you? And when you were inevitably cut down and lay lifeless in my arms, who sought out your successor to carry on the futile struggle again and again? We seek to bring peace to what is left of this shattered land, while these mad fools would only bring further chaos down upon us. Do not be deceived, child. Only by Lord Vorthry's hand will this dying world know a sliver of salvation.
I don't know about the world, but I never asked to be saved. However much it hurts, and however hard it gets. It's my life, and I want to live it on my own terms! And those mad fools you want me to abandon, the ones I've traveled with, fought with, and may one day die with, they feel the same. So no, I will not be deceived, no matter what you say. I refuse to believe it's all for nothing. They're everything to me. All I have, and all I need. And I would gladly do anything for them. Let us pass, or kill me. I'm not leaving here without them.
How dare you! Very well. If you would cast your lot with villains, then you shall share their fate.
I heard what you said, and I'm sorry for all the things I've left unspoken. You have to go, now!
Thancred, no!
Go! Do what you came here to do. I'll not have you waste that newfound resolve on me. I leave her in your hands. Hurry! Not another step. Your fight is with me.
You think yourself a protector? As if a whelp like you could be a better father to her than me.
We'll fix that in the VOD, don't worry. Oh. Hits. Whatever it takes, I swear, I will end you. You lied to yourself as you lied to her. Secrets, but no more. She deserves better. A life of pain, of ceaseless conflict and despair.
This is going well.
Vanity! Beast of my blood, answer my call! Rend my foe
Ah, so you really are a monster. Better a monster than a deceiver, a spinner of foolish dreams and false hopes. There is no folly in hope. I said as much myself once. I was wrong. Never again. Damn it, I need time to line up a clean shot. I suppose if there's no other way, there is no escape.
When will you learn?
When you're dead and buried. Yield now and I will grant you a quick death. But we've only just begun. What is this foolishness?
Not good.
The strain is more than I remember. At least now I can get that shot. You would court death for mere parlor tricks. My life would be but a small price to pay. Then pay it you shall. Never understood her. She is not a bird to be locked away in a gilded cage.
And you presume to be her protector? Pathetic.
Looks like I'll have to use it again then. Again with these tricks! Ugh, hold still, damn you.
No quarter!
Now I have you. Ugh. You have played your hand far too early, boy.
There is no escape. This has carried on long enough, wouldn't you agree? Minfilia's last cartridge. Have to make it count. There you are.
Fall!
Damn. Yeah, but how?
Fall from back! Fall!
I'd hoped you would fall before it a third time. Though 2 times was perhaps already too many. No more tricks? Then let us finish this. But you've not even seen the grand finale. Just a little more. One last disappearing act. Were you not struggling to stand, I might think you serious. Oh, I am deadly serious. Fool, you think the shadows will save you? Thank you, Minfilia, for this precious gift. To hell with you!
You would have her suffer and die. I would spare her that fate.
That is not for you or anyone else to decide, ever again. Not a single day goes by that I don't think about all that you have given me. Countless memories and moments I took for granted. Gods, you grew up so fast. But you had to, didn't you? For those you had lost. For those you could yet save. A world teetering on the very brink of oblivion, for which you gave your everything, without hesitation. Your kindness, your compassion, your love, then and now. One last time, with a little help. I'm so proud to have been a part of your life. Oh, Minfilia.
I don't think he's dead. Is he dead? Do you think he's dead? This is the place, Fidwin. This is where she stopped the flood. The last time I was here, when I felt her presence overwhelming me, I tried to pretend it wasn't happening, to just turn away. But I can't turn away now, not this time. But Thancred and the others, I have to face her. In the event that you leave the area, speak with the apprentice engineer at Twine and Amarang to return to Nabatharing. I can sense her presence, albeit faintly. Come on, let's look over by the crystal wall.
For your lives! It's the flood! The flood!
Run for your lives! The flood! The flood!
Look! There's somebody up there! On top of the palace!
No, stand back. We shall stay the flood.
But this is what I want! It's my sacrifice to make!
Your time has not yet come. When all hangs in the balance, you must give them hope.
Minfilia!
This place.
Ours is a meeting long overdue. Full glad am I that we may finally speak. My dear, sweet child. Yours is a burden none should ever be forced to bear. Such pain and suffering you have endured. Yet still you came. For this and more, I thank you.
I've lost count of the times I've almost given up. If people hadn't helped me every step of the way, I never would have made it.
Yet here you stand, resolved. Now, tell me your heart's desire.
To defeat the Sin Eaters, and bring this world back from the brink. The remaining Wardens have hidden themselves from us. But with the power of the Oracle, I thought we might be able to find them.
Indeed you could. Their radiance would be unmistakable. But know, my child, that the power you seek will come at a price. We stand now at the crossroads. A decision must be made. 'Tis only natural to be afraid, to hesitate. But for your many trials, you have grown stronger and wiser. And with the love and support of those you hold dear, you have grown to love yourself.
The flood has washed away so much of this world. So many people and places and possibilities. And all the heroes who fought to protect them. Yet here the Scions are, trying so hard to help those few of us who remain, and seeing how tirelessly they work, how completely committed they are to the cause. I can't help but believe. But I want to do more than just watch and cheer. I want to make a difference. I want to help them like they helped me, and maybe even inspire others to do the same. Coming together, providing for one another. That's the only way forward I can see. Since all of our heroes are gone, we'll just have to make heroes of ourselves.
'Tis a beautiful, wonderful dream. One we share, though my power was all but spent in staying the flood. I prayed this final act would give hope to those who survived. That self-same hope lives on in you. It gives me comfort to know that the future is in capable hands. If ever you should falter, remember this. No one, however powerful, is immune to the whisperings of doubt and despair. Do not give in to them. But do not deny them either. Look instead to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Thank you, Minfilia, for believing in us, for believing in me.
Dearest friend, no words can express my gratitude to you for keeping her safe in these tumultuous times. You are a hero to us both. But not even the most valiant heroes can stand alone. Only together may you change the fate of two worlds.
What happened? I remember speaking with Minfilia and then... Is something wrong? A parting gift, I think. Until now, I've walked the path she set before me. The path she set before all the Minfilias. But she's given me a new path, a new life, that I can call my own. And even though she's gone, I can still feel her warm, and calm, and gentle. I can feel the beating heart of the world, the light that swells within it. And the Light Wardens. There's one here in Almarang. Let's hurry back, the others need to know. You don't think Thancred will be angry with me, do you? I'd like to think so too, but... Would you mind going on ahead? I'll be right behind you, I promise.
Ah, there you are. We were worried.
Really? She wasn't the one that nearly got herself killed. It's a good thing Urianger called on us when he did. You were at death's door when we found you.
But thanks to your timely ministrations, I was not obliged to walk through it.
Minfilia?
You saw her.
I know I haven't exactly been pulling my weight up till now, but that's all going to change, starting today. I'll do whatever it takes to make Minfilia's dream a reality. I can track the Light Wardens now, maybe even help you fight them.
I'm glad you're back.
You don't have to say that, you know.
But I want to. Your family. How else would I feel?
She will need a name.
A name?
A name of her own. I would not have her walk in the shadow of another any longer. And I think it a fitting tribute to our departed friend, too. At the mention of Minfilia, I would remember the woman who preserved our fellowship when all seemed lost.
Do you remember what you were called before you were taken to Yulmore?
I'm sorry, I don't. I couldn't have been very old when it happened.
Then we must think of a new name. Suggestions?
If the lady herself has no preference, I think the honor should rightly fall to Thancred. After all they have been through together, he's practically a father to her.
Well spotted. I'm so glad you're here to explain these things.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
Bruh.
What about Reen?
Ah, blessing in Fae. Wait, doth this mean thou wert listening when I delivered my lectures on the Pixies?
Not exactly, but that one word made an impression. Of course, if it's not to your liking, I can think of something else.
Reen. Yes, I rather like the sound of it. Thank you.
That settles it then. Welcome aboard, Reen.
I won't let you down.
Okay, so we've got Reen now. Reen has joined your party, and Minfilia has left your party. For perhaps the first time, the look on Reen's face is one of utter relief. I honestly don't know how to repay you for all you've done, but I promise to do whatever I can to help. Are you certain you're up to fighting so soon? I can't imagine the power of the Oracle as something one learns to wield in the space of a few hours. Maybe not, but the presence of the Light Wardens is unmistakable to me now. In fact, I sense one here in Amarang, to the west. I think it might be hiding underground. Underground? Then it's as we suspected. We thought it prudent to take a brief survey of the area prior to your arrival. To the west we found the remains of a site known as Malikah's Well. If I recall correctly, the well was built in remembrance of one of the ancient kings of Nabatha-Reng to serve as a source of respite for the desert heat. It fell into disuse after the flood, whereupon the miners of Amarang thought to turn part of it into an excavation site. Judging by its size, the underground waterways are no doubt extensive, the perfect hiding place for a warden. Reen, are you certain you can track it down? Leave it to me. Then it's settled. We make for Malikah's Well. It's here. I can taste this ether in the wind. Then we finally found our mark. Let's put an end to this, Fatewind, and return the night sky to Amarang. New regular duties been added to the duty finder and duty support. Can you sense the wardenry? Yes, but I think it's further underground. so jealous of Alchemist Carbuncle. Too quickly. That looks kind of sick. Is that a giant armadillo? It's in the way it is. It's in the way is what it is. Unimpressive. Utterly unimpressive. off my lawn! Oh my god! First try! Hey! Jesus. You don't know what video game to play? How about Final Fantasy XIV? It's so easy. Hey, yeah, look could do it. Thancred goes, phew, glad that's over with. Alphano goes, thankfully no one was hurt. Sir? I am so broken right now. It's easy for a real video game player. You can do it, Rhino. I can't. I need my handheld. You saw that. It took what, 4 tries for the first boss? I didn't even get my victory fanfare. We need to climb down somehow. Well, there has to be a path somewhere. But they like this tunnel would lead down, and into the heart of the Warden's lair. Ow. Fuck it, boy. Look at this guy. This guy knows how to party. This certainly isn't what I was expecting. yourself. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay. Okay, so we're now needing to actually use all of our skills. For the first time.
I never knew buckets could be so dangerous.
Alright, so we made up lost ground. And can't loot that.
Prepare yourself!
I have a bad feeling about these boulders. Wait, so they don't get more powerful, they don't heal, they just get... It's just free damage until they animate? Huh. Did I do something right or wrong? Behind the orb? Is that the key? That seems to be the key. Get behind the orb. Oh no! Damage is... Oh no. Let's focus on damage. Yes! Oh man. Why was that so difficult? Yeah. Yeah, I deserve that fanfare. That was rough at first.
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad those travelers made it all the way to Nabartha Reng. But when Urianger told me that Talos was in pieces, and the trolley didn't look much better, I couldn't help wondering what in the hells had gone on.
What indeed? At least the heart is in one piece. The rest is replaceable. Looking at this mess, though, it's a miracle they survived.
You can say that again. What the? Are you seeing this?
The sky. It...
At last, night has returned to Amareng. We'll save this broken world yet, Tesleen. You see if we don't.
No doubt retreating in the wake of the Warden's demise.
Back to Calusia, the last refuge of light.
Home to our dear Lord Vorthri, who will no doubt do everything in his power to thwart us.
As well he should, for defeat there would spell the end for both him and his heavenly host. There the fate of this star shall be decided.
We did it. We really did it. I only wish there were time to visit the inn. We can but hope the return of night has granted the residents some shred of comfort. They thought the world beyond changing, but today I think we proved them wrong. We will fix this broken land. Together.
Ooh, that dungeon was a little more challenging than I expected. But we did it. We're level 90, almost halfway through level 90. We finished the holiday event, and that's what we're gonna call it.